Hey everyone, Mr. Marson here, and this is a video tutorial practice video to help you learn the B flat, the concert B flat scale, our major scale. So in the next few weeks, you're going to hear me or see me talking about skill sets, and I came up with this idea for skill sets as a good way for us to kind of keep track of the very, very important things that we need to be working on, that we make sure by the end of the usual school year that we can play, whether we're in school or not in school, that we have some kind of goal to shoot for, and some different skills that we need to know that, hey, these are things that I should need to know. So this is going to be working on skill set number 1, and skill set number 1 has to do with scales. So scales are super, super important in music for all musicians. They're important for so many different reasons, to learn our key signatures and to learn how to play different notes and our fingerings, and it just makes us better musicians. So scales are super duper important. And so this skill set is on scales, and there's going to be a few different levels. There's going to be easy, medium, and hard, or difficult, or challenging. And right now we're working on easy. We're working on 1 scale. So I want everyone to have that skill set number 1 of a scale, and I want you to know 1 scale. Medium would be 2 scales, and I know some of us have been working on 2 scales. And then major, challenging, your amazing epicness would be 3 scales. And for 4th grade, that's a lot of scales to know. And if you can play 3 scales or on your way to 3 scales, bravo, you're doing amazing. So this is just, we're going to work on the 1 major scale that we do in band. Now, in your book, and we're going to be working on Sound Innovations book a lot because that's our method book, and I'm pretty sure almost all of you have your method book. Don't forget, in the method book, in the beginning of the method book, it talks a lot about embouchure and hand positions, how to blow into the instrument, how to hold the instrument. If you've forgotten or need some reminders, look in the beginning of the book. There's so much information in there that's amazing. And in the back of the book, there's a huge fingering chart with every note that you need. So if you're looking for a fingering, you forgot the fingering, and you can't find it in the book, you can always look in the back of the book and find that note. Just make sure you're getting the same exact note and you're matching the note that you're looking for the fingering. So I'm going to play this on clarinet. I only have my clarinet here, but I'm also going to work with all the woodwinds. This is going to be my woodwind video. So flute, oboe, alto sax, tenor sax. This is for all of you. Unfortunately, I can't demonstrate those instruments, but I will talk them through. I'll show you the fingerings on hand. Now, the concert B flat scale, number 110, it's 110 in your book. So number 110 in your book, it's on page, I don't know because I don't have the method book. I have my teacher book. On my teacher book, it's page 206, and I don't think you have that many pages in your book. But it's number 110. Number 110, it's called the concert B flat scale. And we're going to just be going up the scale. We're just going to be ascending the scale, going up the scale from the bottom note, which is step 1, all the way to the top note, which is step 8. And we know these notes already. We know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're just adding 7 and 8 to give us that major scale of 8 notes, which is an octave, because we all know 8 is an octave. Now, it's also do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. We're just going up. That's all I want you to concentrate and work on now. If you notice in your book, in number 110, the meter, or the time signature, is 3, 4. So the measures only have groups of 3. We're in the meter of 3, so there's only 3 beats per measure in this song. So when I count and I tap my toe, I'm going to be counting in my head 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And if you look at the notes, you'll see that the notes are dotted half notes. Dotted half notes, I think most of us know this, the dot is next to the half. When you have a half note and there's a dot next to it, when there's a dot next to the note, it's called a dotted half note. Now the dot next to a note equals half of whatever it's in front of. So if the dot's in front of a half note, the half note gets 2 beats. The dot equals half of that, which is 1. So 2 plus 1 equals 3. So a dotted half note gets 3 beats. So I want to hold that for 3 beats. And that's a bit, I think. So I'm going to play on clarinet first, because I have my clarinet. I'm going to play this scale, this concert B-flat scale. It's our scale that we play. This is skill set number 1. And here we're going to give myself 3 beats of counting for, I'm just going to count myself in. I'm going to give myself 3 beats for nothing. So here I go. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you notice, clarinet players, I broke the scale. Instead of going all the way up, I can't play those top notes because we haven't learned those yet. So some of the instruments, we have to break those top 2 notes, in this case 3 notes, and put them down below in the lower register. So this scale on clarinet starts on C, goes up to D, goes up to E, goes up to F, which is just our thumb, and it goes up to G. And you know what, Ben, we've been playing A, which I like to call Woodward's nose. We've been playing A, but in this example in the book, instead of going up to that high A, after G, they jump down to the low A, which is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And then we lift for B natural, which is I keep my second finger down, and then I play the C. So on clarinet, we go C, D, E, F, G, low A, B natural, and C that we started on. Flutes. So for flutes, I don't have my flute, but I can finger. We start on B flat, and we go up to C, and we go to D, then we add the pinky for E flat, and then we're going to go to F, G, A, and B flat. So I'm going to show you flutes on the clarinet because I can kind of finger it a little bit easier. We go B flat, C, D, add my pinky for E flat, F, G, flute players, lift your G for A. That's the 7th step on flute. We're going to blow nice and strong airstream, and then B flat. As you're blowing and going higher, make sure that you're supporting the air with deep, low breaths. Right, and we're focusing our air across that flute, across that tone hole. We want to make sure that we're really focusing that air and finding our spot. Remember that flute, we use our finger, and it goes right there. And you can practice by blowing lightly across your finger. And we want to control that airstream. It shouldn't be a lot of, we shouldn't be huffing and puffing. If we do that, we're going to get lightheaded, we're going to get dizzy, but it should be big, low breath, and then you're controlling the air by keeping your muscles engaged and making sure that you're controlling the airstream out. Alto saxophones. So if you're playing alto saxophone, we're going to be playing, and this is clarinet, but on alto saxophones, your note starts on G, and then goes to A, it goes to B, it goes to C, and then we are going over the break to D with the thumb key. We're lifting for E. We're going to play an F sharp on alto saxophone and end on G with the thumb. So anything from the D, when we play that D note on alto saxophone, our thumb goes down and we keep all our fingers down for D. That's going over the break. We go to E, we go to F sharp, and then to G. Tenor saxes, this is a little tricky. You're going to start on C with just the middle finger. It's on the staff. It's that higher C. And after the C, you're going to put your thumb down. The thumb stays down the whole time. So we're going from C to D with the thumb. And then you're going to lift for E, lift for F natural, lift for G, lift for A, lift for B. And then you're going to play that high C. The only thing that difference is you're going to keep that high C. We're going to make sure we're thinking of our embouchure. When we're talking about our embouchure, we want to say we2. We2. If you make this we2, get this funny face. We want to firm our corners nice and firm and our chin square and firm. Remember, my bottom lip is gently rolled over my bottom teeth, and my top teeth are going to come down on top of that mouthpiece. I'm going to put about half of the mouthpiece. About half. It's hard to see. In. So my bottom lip, it rests on the reed, and that bottom lip rests on my bottom teeth. My top teeth come down there, And then my lips close like a drawstring. If I had a drawstring, I had 2 strings. I pull them tight and it closes all the way around the mouthpiece in a equal amount of pressure. Not really pressure, but an equal amount of tightness around the mouthpiece. So my bottom lip. And then my tongue is going to strike the tip of the reed, and that's my tonguing. So lots of things to think about. So I'm going to be setting up a flip grid for this skill set number 1, which is our major scale. I'm really hoping that you send me that flip grid of your scale or your attempt. Don't worry about mistakes. I really don't care about mistakes. I just care that you're trying and you're getting better and that you're practicing it. Mistakes happen. They're great. We all make mistakes. You're going to put that on Flipgrid, and I'm going to listen. And if you have any questions, you can ask me on Flipgrid. You can say, hey, Mr. Marson, I just played this. Check this out. Does this sound good, or does this sound bad, or am I doing this right? I can listen to that, and I will give you video feedback. I've been sending video feedback and little written comments to all the Flipgrids so far, so thank you so much for those. Those are great. We're going to keep on doing those for skill set number 1, which is our scale. And you can also email me, or you can get in touch with me through Flipgrid, and if you have any questions or comments or concerns or anything like that. So hopefully we'll be back to school. I miss you all. Keep practicing your scale.